Hey Stub Clubbers, today I'm going to show you a little bit about the editing software that we use to edit our videos. A few of you have reached out asking questions about it, so we decided just to show a little bit what the software looks like and how it is used. I'm just going to show you some of the basics when I start to edit a video today. Filmora9 is the software that several of us with Stub Club have on our computers. We purchased the software for us to own. It is not a subscription based. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the process of doing editing the Jib Jab videos. We put some up for Easter, and I'm going to try to turn that into a video for us to put on YouTube. I'm going to minimize my screen, and I'm going to go on to Facebook because that is where we have them. So for example, if I want this one, when this is being played, I'm not going to talk because I'm going to use this then for the actual video we're going to upload onto YouTube. Make this full screen. Okay. So now that I have that recorded, I'm going to go back. So I'm going to have to stop this recording a little bit and then start another one up. After I stopped the screen recording button, it showed up here. This is where any of the media shows up. So you'll see media is highlighted right here. And this is the box for the media. This is your timeline. And then this is your viewing window. So I'm going to drag this down. And it's going to ask you about your project size. I'm going to keep it at the first one. Okay, so I'm trying to get down to the part where it's the Jib Jab. So what you just saw I did is right over here, you can make the timeline more zoomed in or zoomed out. Sometimes when you're working, you really need to zoom it in to like stop it at a part where you're editing. Say if you make a mistake pronouncing something, you want to try to get into a precise second. But I wanted to scroll down a little bit to make it smaller so I can get to that part. So I'm going to try to get to the very beginning of this. You can also use your space bar. If you hit it, it's like a play and pause. So I'm going to have it run. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to stop the timeline where you would like to slice your clip. Right here you could see there's a pair of scissors with this line drawn all the way down. You want to click your video that is down on here. You want to make sure you have this little green bar highlighted around it. You are going to hit the scissors, and you just saw a flash happen down here. What happened was this clip split in two. Here's like a first part and there's a second part. I'm going to delete, so you can just press the delete button on your computer. And so this should be the start of that clip. So I'm going to press my space bar again. I paused it. So right now you see there's no green box around your video that's on the timeline. Click it so it's selected, hit your scissors, that's the back end you don't want, so you don't want the first part highlighted because you'll delete that. You want to have the second part highlighted and then you can delete it. So right now I just have that clip. Make sure you also have it so your project starts to get saved. So I'm just going to title this Jib Jab Easter videos. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in and screen record another one that Amanda did. Here's my clip 2 right here in the media box. I'm going to have to be dragging that down to my timeline. And so here we go. Drag it down from my media window down to the timeline. I'm going to go over here, make my timeline a little bit smaller, get to the jib jab part, and you can select with your mouse over the timeline to get to the point. Okay, so I want to hear that little click noise. Okay. Gonna cut that. So you saw there was a green box around. I hit the scissors so that was selected. I'm gonna select the front part because that's the part I want to delete. And now the back part is there. So now what I want to do is make my timeline bigger because I want to stop it when the black screen happens. It's right there. Select it with the green, hit the scissors, have the back end selected. Now you delete the back part off. Okay, so I'm going to record one last one. Make this smaller. Make my timeline smaller. So we're going to drag in the third one.
Chicken dance, dance, dance.
Make sure it's highlighted. Click the scissors. Highlight the first part. Want to delete that. So now it's there. Go to the end. Black. Select scissors. Select back. Delete. Okay. So I have my 3 clips all here. So what I'm going to do is do a transition now between them. You're going to go up here to your toolbar, hit transitions, and then there's all these cool ones you can use. Might use this one. So what I just did was I selected it. So actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to click it, just click and drag, bring it down. You'll see a little red box around it. Take your cursor, click on the top of this timeline, and then you're going to hit your space bar. So let's see that transition. I like that. So we're going to do the exact same thing. Click and drag, bring over here, click cursor over there. So let's see the transition. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Okay, now I'm going to add in our logo. I'm going to go to click media, import files. For me, I'm going to go to documents, double click on Stub Club Entertainment, double click on completed videos. So here I have all these video choices. I'm going to click, what am I doing? I'm going the wrong part. We double clicked on there. So we're going to go to double click logos. We have many logos on here. When we use an old Filmora, we have many logos in here, but not all of them will work with this current version of Filmora. Don't know why, but when the files were created with another program and brought to this new one, only one will work now. So that's going to be this one. I'm going to select it, click open. You will see the logo now is going to show up in the media window. So I'm going to make sure I get to the front. And you're going to see these other, you will see there's other bars on here. So I'm going to click it, drag it down to here. I have another section open now on the timeline. This is another layer. So that was dragged in, and what happens is it gets stacked. So number 1 is the bottom layer. We are now looking at layer 2. This is stacked on top. So here's our logo. I'm going to select it on the screen. You will see there's this little dotted line, these little boxes. I'm going to minimize it. Now normally I put the logo on the right side. I'm going to put it on the left side because the jib jab logo shows up over here, and we want that to show. So this time I'm just going to shrink it down about here. And now come back to my timeline, select it. you're gonna have to hover your cursor over until you see there's a double line with 2 arrows. Click and hold, and then drag it the entire time. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that over there. Okay, so now we have our logo on there. I'm gonna add our own intro to the back of this. So what I'm gonna do is go to import, media files. I'm gonna go to completed videos for us. That's our new intro. Select. I'm gonna drag it and put it down here. Now I know many people have opinions on layers. I don't stack my layers unless it needs to be in that order. I keep all my video footage if it needs to be on the same level right here. So then I can just drag that. So then if I needed to drag my logo over, I can. Some people, when they do layers, each video clip is on a separate layer if they want to do stuff with it. I don't do that. Sorry, but I don't. So we have our intro over here. For some reason, when I created it, so what I will do sometimes, I will double click it. So then this panel shows up. I'm going to click audio, and I'm going to actually turn the volume. I'm going to do transition, do the same one. Okay, and now I'm going to put in our end screen. Go to media, import, import files, go to logos. Here's the YouTube end screen. Drag it here. And I clicked on it to make it a little bit longer. Now this, and the intro has a fade out, so I'm not going to put a transition, but what I would like to do is add some type of music to it so it's not all blank. Go to import. Now I have a lot of downloaded files. Let me see. Okay, so I selected when I brought it in. For this version of Filmora, you gotta go hover over it, right click, and then play. So I'm probably just gonna use that one. Click and drag. I put the music underneath, because you see there's a music part of the timeline. I want to see which section of the song I want to have playing. Select. Wait. So I want it to fade in. So I'm going to double click. Go up here, I'm going to fade in. You will see that it gets highlighted again at the bottom, and there's this little line that comes up. That's going to be the gradual fade in. Stop there, select, clip, delete, double click again, and then we're going to fade out. There we go. File, save. And there you go, that is how we made it. So, okay. Here is a tip with Filmora. When you export, so when you convert it into a video file, MP4, If you do the export when your screen is full like this, you cannot minimize your screen at all to go and do another task. So my advice is minimize it first already, and then you can go in and do what you need to do. Export. Make sure what you save it to, you're saving it to what you need to. So for us, on my big hard drive, I'm going to save it as the completed videos. Save to the folder. And I'm going to save this as Jab Easter videos. It's going to be saving as an MP4. It's a 4-minute video. Tells you the size, the frame rate, and the resolution. Export. Now, since this is minimized, you can go back and get into your other stuff. But if this was full screen, you could not do that. So now this is going to export. And honestly, once it's done exporting, that's all you have to do. And then you just upload it to YouTube, or it's just saved on your computer. So that's basically how you use Filmora. Okay everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a comment below if you do already use this software and if you like it, and if there's any tricks you have learned from it. So here we go, signing out. See you later.